What's going on, people? How you doing? This is TK coming at you. Today I just want to talk to you about strategy. I always mention the implementation process of making your money get a job. So today I want to give you examples on what that means. When I was in the military, nobody really sat me down. As of course, people don't really get that class. You don't get that finance class. You don't get that mentorship to where when you first are young and impressionable, but you have a lot of spendable income, no one sits you down and says, hey, look, this is what you need to do. You need to set a certain amount of money aside every single payday. And it doesn't matter how much money that is. If you can only afford $100 every paycheck, then set aside $100 every paycheck. But be consistent about setting aside a certain amount from your linear income so that it not only pays yourself first, but works for you. So when we talk about this, what we mean is spendable income, and you getting to the point at work where you allocate a certain amount of income that is going to pay yourself first. So what you want to do is pick that amount, start with $100 every payday, but increase that $100 as you move up in life so that you can afford to do more. Eventually, you should get to $500 every paycheck or $1,000 every paycheck. Increase that amount and be consistent, because you're paying your future. You're paying your financial security. So take that amount of money and convert it into gold, silver, and Bitcoin every single payday. Do a 30, 40. 30% gold, 30% silver, 40% in Bitcoin. And be consistent about that. If you're going to stay 20 years in the military or 20 years on a job, have some of those years work for you. Have some of that money get a job so that it works harder for you than you had to work in order to get that money. Now that takes discipline. It takes you believing in your financial future and understanding that you're investing in yourself. Understanding that this is insurance and you're going to treat it just like a bill. You're going to treat it just like a bill. You don't question your car note, nor do you question your rent. You just pay it. So set aside car note money or rent money towards gold, silver, and Bitcoin at a 30-40 split. And do that for as long as you have a job. And constantly increase the amount that you allocate the more money you make on your job. Now I know I'm talking to myself, and I know not very many people are going to do this. But if you have a job, and if you do this, you're only setting yourself up for a stronger financial future. A lot of people say to do the same thing with the stock market and get into a diverse portfolio with secure allocations or multiple allocations in terms of stocks, bonds, and treasury bills. But to be honest with you, the paper derivative market is dying and there's no yield in that. So if you took 40 years and you spent it every payday on gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and then you compare that to 40 years into the stock market, I guarantee you that gold, silver, and Bitcoin will outperform the stock market. So when I say get into the position where your money has a job, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to. So it's a simple process that you have to be dedicated to and that you have to believe in. And if you don't have the discipline to pay yourself first, then you will never reap the rewards that comes with saving tangibles that are outside of paper money. You will never reap the rewards that comes with establishing and becoming your own bank, so that you have assets that have nothing to do with the strength of the dollar. Now, this is not a rocket science or advanced strategy. This is a simplistic strategy that involves you saving money, but not saving it in paper, saving in gold, saving in silver, and saving in Bitcoin. And then if you want to take the make your money work for you advantage to the next step, that's when you get into Bitcoin mining and you constantly allocate funds like your tax return or bonus that you get at work into mining, so that you have a residual income from your Bitcoin mining that passively comes to you every single month. And the only thing you have to do is constantly put money into mining so that your mining power increases and your return in terms of daily pay goes up. But that's really all it takes. And then if you want to take it a step further than that, you can get into ICOs, which is the cryptocurrency equivalent of initial stock offerings. So I have a number of ICOs where I own at least 100,000 coins. So you pick ICOs that you think have a strong use case, where the coin actually has a purpose within the cryptocurrency community, and the company actually has a strong dev team that's committed to advancing that coin, and you just work. You buy those 100,000 coins, forget that you own them, and you wait for the valuation to increase on that cryptocurrency. So you're buying something that has the potential to increase in value later on in time. But if you combine all of these strategies together, you have a winning plan that is a lot safer than just relying on the stock market or just relying on cash in a savings account. So I hope this message helps someone. Hopefully you will be the few who actually make their money get a job. Hopefully you'll be one of the people who says this makes sense. I'm going to allocate a certain amount of money every payday. I'm going to do a 30-40 split. I'm going to invest in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I'm going to get into Bitcoin mining so I have a passive residual income that comes to me in cryptocurrency. I'm going to get myself established and set up, and I'm going to do it outside of the traditional fiat fractional reserve banking system. That way you have a financial insurance plan. You actually have something that works for you to benefit your future. You have something that's transferable, that's willable, and you are investing in your future. You are setting yourself up. And this is what we need people to rally around. This is what we need to empower those who still have an income, those who still have a job, and those people who have spendable money. For those people who are below the poverty line and live check to check, the only answer for you is income shifting, where you minimize your debt and your liability, and you transfer that allocated payment into the same thing, gold, silver, Bitcoin. So what now you used to pay towards that cell phone bill, you sacrifice, and your cell phone bill becomes a gold, silver, Bitcoin investment. But the discipline that it takes to believe in your future, many people do not have. So making this suggestion, I know is going to fall on deaf ears. For the very few people who this can help, for the very few people who do this, you're going to wake up. If you do it for 5 years, And you're going to thank the actions today that created your better tomorrow.